What's up, YouTube? And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can go ahead and destroy your ego. These are going to be ways when you feel like she needs the ego to go down or completely be destroyed, or if you feel like she's actually somewhat worth it, or maybe you just started talking to her and you want to see what she's about, but she might be uptight, she might be egotistic and think she's better than you. And of course, y'all should always remember, if it's not worth it, if it's a waste of your time and you feel like there's no point, there's a lot of mind games, it feels very toxic, then just let it be. Don't even bother and remove yourself. So with that being said, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below other types of videos that you guys want to see. Comment your situations and experiences of how you made her ego go ahead and get crushed. So for the first thing that I have on my list is going ahead and not saying the obvious. Now, this is something so simple, but so many fellas miss this because they go ahead and say that I gotta say something, or say that I gotta make her feel good about herself, or say that I gotta add on to how good she already looks. So we already know that the physical appearance, when it comes down to females, is gonna win a lot of you fellas over. If you see that there's things that you might not like about her, maybe she's very egotistic, or let's go back to the personality might not be the best, or she has certain characteristics that you do not really like. Now, maybe if you're just getting to know her and you don't want her to get ahead of herself, then you want to go ahead and make sure you are not saying the obvious. Now, the obvious, all it does is that it gasses her ego. It just increases it because she expects you oftentimes to go ahead and say the obvious. Now, the obvious things we already know. One obvious clear one is validation. You gotta avoid the validation when she becomes your girl, or when she's earned you or proved to you that she likes you, she's about you, she's choosing you. You don't have to be an option. Then you could go ahead and give her a compliment. That color looks good on you. You know, if she's trying to look good, she's trying to put herself together, especially if y'all been dating. Now it's getting into 2-3 months where she does love you or care about you strongly. She still tries to show up looking great and looks good. Then go ahead and tell her, like, hey, you look good today. But when it comes down to when you're going on these dates with these girls, when you're talking to them on dating sites, you don't need to be over here saying, oh, you look so beautiful, or I love your profile picture so much. Let's get to getting to know each other. You guys gotta fast forward from the obvious to let's break down how are you like, especially when you guys are out in public and you go ahead and approach her and she expects you to have the pickup line, the ones that you shouldn't say because they clearly don't work. And so always just move on to getting to know her and then bringing those compliments down the line. Now, of course, if she's giving it to you, she's actually showing she likes you, she's about you, then why not? Now let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. And the next thing is actually looking the part. Your appearance needs to look good. Sometimes some women get intimidated by y'all and they're like, oh, he's too fine, or he looks really good that I can't stay away from him. And I also get nervous when I'm around him and I just can't help myself. So y'all gotta make sure you look tip-top shape from your head down to your toes, and that means your skincare gotta be on point, and there's no excuses. You have to have a skincare routine, have that flawless glowing skin. That's why I'm excited to have Tiege Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. Simplify the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. Not only when you have a quality skincare routine, it'll go ahead and improve your confidence. It'll go ahead and get you more dates. A lot of women notice how men don't take care of their skin that much, especially when she comes over and spends the night. So you gotta have a skincare routine to have her more attracted to and improve your dating life. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basic daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. To make it extremely easy so you have no worries at all, they provide this instruction card that tells you how to use each product, when to use it, and in what order. It definitely comes in clutch. But you don't have to just take my word for it, because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. This isn't something that you want to put off, because you're not only gonna go ahead and not get as many dates, but prevention is key. Get ahead of any aging signs now. Your future self will thank you. Into amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off their retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they are offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 20% off your first box plus the free gift. Miss out on this amazing deal? Click that link and get started today. If you look the part, it really helps you not have to prove yourself in other ways. So look at it like this. If you want to make up in some area, let's say you don't have a strength in one area, let's say you don't have what women typically go for, or you don't have all the things that she's really interested in, if you make it up in an area that you guys can put improvements towards, she will go ahead and be like, dang, he is good looking and he probably has girls that want him. And also she will watch how she acts around you. So all of the talking down to you, talking bad to you, talking crazy to you, trying to downplay you, trying to treat you like you're not that worth it or she's above you, that's going to be no. It's not going to be there because she actually has respect for you. And then she also has to humble herself, or let's even say she has to get rid of the egotistic ways and know that you guys are at the same level. Now, don't get it wrong. There is girls out here that can have guys talk to her, want her. She can still receive validation and still feel good about herself, but it doesn't mean that she has to disrespect you. It could mean that she knows when she's around you, this is the type of dude that I'm dealing with that I don't want to play with. Or let me act right around him, because there's plenty of women that are around men that don't act right because they don't care about these guys like that. They don't respect them. And honestly, they look at a lot of these guys like every other guy that's trying to talk to her, that wants her number, that's just here talking validation after validation. Oh, he's always going to be consistent with me. He's always going to show up. These things you guys got to avoid, take it away, and focus on your appearance, focus on getting your life together, having that successful career, having that successful look. And this is also still going to determine on how you're making progress. So the important thing is that you're improving. Not that it always has to happen so quickly, but women go ahead and know that this guy is actually worth it, and they get rid of that egotistic ways, knowing to be put in their place without you having to force yourself to try to check her or put her in her place and all these things. They do it instantly because they know you gotta with this guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no playing around with you. And that means that appearance looks good. You're attractive. She can't help herself. Like sometimes these feelings can become very emotional with her. It could become that she's anxious or nervous, or she doesn't really know how to act, or she doesn't want to mess up. A lot of times girls now choose you. They want you. They give you those choosy signals too. But when they are actually feeling you, they go ahead and be around you, and their body language has it all written on themselves. The way they act, the way they play with their hair, the way they look down. It's hard for her to look at you for too long because she gets to the blushing, she gets to the smiling and cheesing and happiness. It comes down to you, it's completely different. And so that means her emotions, she can't help herself. And of course, physical appearance is always going to matter because that is the first thing that she's going to notice about you. And when you do lack in other areas, especially if it's going to be you don't have your stuff together or you don't have specific things that she expects you to have, then you got to go ahead and at least have your appearance put together. And the more you have it put together, the more you look great, the more you're attractive, the more likely you're going to have this girl want to be about you, all these good things. Now, the last thing on my list is very simple, but a lot of fellas still do not do this. And this is becoming emotionally unavailable. You have to look at it like this. When it comes down to your emotions, it has to be unavailable because she hasn't earned that. That means when it comes down to your emotions, you should not be going ahead and giving it, handing it out. Now, when you go ahead and look too soft, softness and kindness and all of these things that show that you can't keep yourself strong, that you have to show up and be open and be vulnerable, it shows as weakness. No matter how you feel about her, no matter how much you love her, or no matter how long you've been talking, when you're going ahead and giving her this other side, it means that she has full access to you. And not only that, you want to look strong to her. So when you guys do have deep conversations or you guys do have to open up, she's doing that right back to you. But it doesn't mean that you have to jump the gun and do it so quickly. Before I wrap up, don't forget to comment your experience of what worked for you. What do you think actually would work? What did you try? Comment it in the comment section. And if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, make sure you go ahead and do so. So the last thing, just make sure when you're around her, do not be over here playing yourself by being so open and having her have so much leverage over you. That egotistic way is going to remain while she looks at you and be like, oh wow, this guy is so soft. Especially when it comes to her, you're very soft, you're very open, you're very emotional. So keep that side of you emotionally unavailable until she's earned it. And also when you're really secured and you're reassured that, okay, she's really your girl. Oh, you guys are really, really dating. She can know about these things.